Hey guys, welcome back to the Talk to Tom weekly vlog episode 2. This week we're going to do it a little bit differently. Last week I tried a day in the life of, everything was recorded in one day, well except for the last clip. Anyway, if you haven't watched that one, go back and watch episode number 1 first. But this week I'm going to try and record it over a few days. Partly the reason is there is not too much exciting stuff happening today. We have a bank valuation at 11:30 at Bellini Road. Bank vals are a little bit boring. And then I have a phone conversation with a potential new photographer at 1 o'clock. But otherwise, there's a lot of administration work. There's a lot of follow-up calls and there's some mail that I need to organize. A lot of that is not very interesting. So what is on for the rest of the week? Well, we've got an appraisal tomorrow afternoon. It's a very exciting appraisal. It's a 4,700 square meter block. It's potential development for townhouses. Most of the other blocks in the street are already townhouses. This is, I think, the second last one, maybe third last one. So that would be a great listing to secure. Really good price, so really good money. But on top of that, it will give an opportunity to try and meet some new developers. I do know some that will get through. And if we can get that sold to a developer where we can sell the townhouses, it's going to be a nice long-term project, which you can follow through this vlog. But right now, I got a bunch of phone calls to make, so I'm going to get into the office, set up my computer, make a bunch of follow-up phone calls, and we'll talk to you very shortly. So the bank val is done at Bellini Road. Like I said, nothing interesting at all. Stood around for about 20 minutes and that was about it. That's over and done with. But today's changed a little bit. I find myself here at Cotswold Street. So this morning we had an offer accepted on the property. It was a sight unseen, but they just wanted to come through to have a look, which we've just shown them. Contracts off with their solicitor, getting viewed over, and then hopefully we can get that signed this afternoon. But that has been confirmed by both parties, so that's really good. And in this video, I did want to talk a little bit about how do you plan for your day and how do you plan for your week. We'll also talk about how I plan for my day and week. And this is a really good example of how you can plan for your day and week and how things can change, especially in real estate. You can have a plan, but things can just change like this. Contract gets accepted, you're moving on to something else. Someone wants to look at a property, you're moving on to something else. Someone rings you up and says you want to sell, you're definitely moving on to something else. But look, other than when these events happen that just change your day, which are obviously very important and you do need to know how to adapt, personally, I like to start my day the night before. 5 minutes, 10 minutes at the most. Once everything's done, I just like to sit down. I go through my little list. I use Notion on my phone and I can also access it on my computer. It's not sponsored, but I just really like that app. And purely it's just a list of all the tasks that I need to be doing for the day, the week, ideas. Everything is in that one spot. So I just spend a few minutes crossing off all the things that I got done that day, adding anything new that needs to be done, whether it's done the next day, done the next week, done whenever, just ideas that come to mind get thrown in there. And then I just spend a few minutes to reorganize these things. So when I come into work the next day, or if I'm working from home or whatever the case may be, I know exactly what my first couple of tasks are. I can get straight into it, make that first few hours really, really productive. But look, it doesn't stop there. For me, my week starts Sunday night. Sunday night, I like to look through my calendar, work out what appointments I got for the week, have a look on my Notion, see what type of tasks and projects I want to work, and have a bit of an idea of where they're going to fit in for the week and what the week is going to look like. And then this moves into for the year. December is the month that I will use for thinking about what happened in the last year and planning for the next year. Working out what is my plans for each month, maybe each quarter. Am I going to be doing any sort of bigger projects that are going to last? Am I doing any sort of bigger marketing campaigns? Anything over sort of for Easter and the mid-year? Any of them sorts of things, they get thought about and planned at that point and pointed in. But I ask you, how do you plan for your day, week and year? Do you have a method? Do you have some ideas around that? What's been working for you or what hasn't been working for you? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear what you do. Maybe I can learn something from that. Just like I'm hoping maybe some of you will learn something from the way that I do things. Quick update, the buyer that had put an offer on Cotswold Street, which we did the viewing for yesterday afternoon, has considered their offer and decided to withdraw that. So that change happened this morning. So there's a lot of phone calls going backwards and forwards. begin the conversation with him. As much as I understand if somebody wants to withdraw for certain reasons, for him, it came down to the offer that they put in and the amount of work that needs to be done on the house. So it was a simple question of, well, where do you see the value? And maybe we can still get a deal done. But obviously, that's taken a few steps back. You know, that's life. At the same time, we've been able to get a contract signed for, well, getting signed right now for Narangba property. We did have an open home for this afternoon. So I've got a lot of calls now to potential buyers, letting them know that there's now a contract in play and the open home's not going ahead. But you know, the day changes, you roll with the punches, you just keep moving on. I got some work to do. All right, so I'm realizing that a lot of this vlog is just me talking in my car, which probably looks the same. Trust me, my car is in different locations, just hard to record and drive at the same time. So I tend to be doing this in between appointments and whatever jobs I'm doing. However, we've just finished the appraisal that I was talking about for 20 David Street. We've got that signed up, so we've got a little bit of work to do. We're not going to get to see the property until next Friday. We'll do the drone shots then, and we can start at least talking to developers and creating our plan. However, that's good news. I'm going to go to the Narangba property where the open home was meant to be, just in case anyone shows up and explain to them what happened. But that did get cancelled. I did make a bunch of calls and send out a whole bunch of emails just to try and let people know. So hopefully not too many people show up, but just in case, I don't want them knocking on the door. But look, this has only been 2 days. I did say a week. To be honest, it is a little bit strange doing little bits by little bits. At the moment, I kind of felt like I like doing it all in one day. We'll just see what happens next week. It's going to be a bit of an experimental process over the next couple of weeks on what's a good model of doing this. Hopefully, I can pick some locations with different backgrounds than just my car. So I'm wrapping it up here. I'm going to finish with an intro clip, which is a little bit strange, but last night I just put together like a little sort of 15-second intro clip for the vlog, which I'm going to start the vlogs with. Starting next episode, but this episode we're going to finish with it. So here you go, and I'll see you next time. Pleasure to announce this property is now sold. To announce this one's now sold.